Today's video, we're going to talk about business information, name provenance, disapproval reason on Google Ads and what to do to fix this. Now, if you don't know anything about this yet, this is basically the disapproval reason, or to confirm, I should say, when you actually get your business name ad asset disapproved on Google. The business name ad asset is on your Google ad, of course, your ad. Say this is your ad. Headline, description, you have this circle up here, which is your logo, and then your whatever is showing here, which used to be the website domain name, assuming it still is if you don't have this ad asset, this can be your business name right here to take place of the URL of your website, which if you don't know anything about that yet and haven't seen my other videos, you know that the business name ad asset is key in getting all the click-through rate that you should be able to get from your ads and be as competitive and as you make your ad as profitable as it possibly can be, because it's going to increase your click-through rate of your ad a good 20% or so, just having that one simple thing on there. I want to even say, and I haven't confirmed this yet, it'll increase the conversion rate of your site as well. It's a little hard to isolate this to find out for sure, because people, when they're scanning down Google to see which ad to click on, they're going to be reading the ad a little bit, and an ad that has a nice authoritative look is going to get a click-through from the more affluent user. So you definitely want that on there, and you don't want to just say, does it really matter? I don't want to go through the trouble of fixing this. You absolutely do. It's just as important as having the logo showing, and actually both is going to get you a good 50%, almost practically speaking, increase in click-through rate by getting the logo and the business name on there. And for that matter, a 50% increase in click-through rate, let's just say you get your 30 to 40% increase in click-through rate, what that'll actually mean is it doubling in profit of your ads, because once your click-through rate goes up that much, you're going to get more impressions from Google because your ad rank is going to go up. You're going to make more money that way as well. Particularly if you were just kind of teetering on the edge between not getting shown very much because you're like number 4 or 5 in the list in terms of compared to your competitors and in terms of ad rank, and now you're 2 to 3. Makes a big difference. So the increase in click-through rate isn't itself, where you're getting more clicks per time your ad shows, isn't the whole story in terms of what it's going to bring your company once you have this on there. And for that matter, the business name ad asset should have a nice, authoritative, catchy name, not John and Sons Incorporated. Nobody wants to see that. They want to see John and Sons. And then in order to do that, you of course have to have your ad verification that you did. John and Sons has to be on there, which if you don't know that yet, that's the case as well. Now, I'll talk about how to deal with this disapproval, how to actually get it back online for you. Before I get into the content here though, I am Corey Ziman, owner of Guaranteed PPC, an online advertising agency that specializes in guaranteeing results for their clients. That is more profit from your ads before charging fees, or we do not charge fees until we get you an initial lift in your profitability from your ads. We are the only agency out there that does that, which should tell you something about the quality of the information on this video and channel. So getting into the content here, after trying to appeal, assuming you have this business information, name, prominence, disapproval on your business name ad asset, which is basically in a nutshell saying this is not really your business name itself. Now, some people get initially confused because they think that the ad verification system, the account verification process, which verifies you as an individual company, as an owner of the Google Ads account, when you get this disapproval reason, what you need to deal with, so that matches with the business name that you have on the business ad asset or designated for the business name ad asset. But that's not the case. You'll get a different disapproval reason specifically for that. This is specifically saying that we don't think that you have this business name because it's not, practically speaking, on the website to prove this is your business, if you will. What they don't want is you to say John and Sons on your business name ad asset and your website says John Incorporated, because there's going to be confusion and people don't want to feel like they've been misled when they click through the ad. So they want there to be congruency there. The same thing with the logo. A lot of people get their logos disapproved because they'll make a circle version of their rectangular logo and then not have that on the website to back it up. Then they'll get disapproved for that. It's one of the main reasons why those get disapproved, by the way. What you do is you try to appeal it. Because after hovering over that asset, it'll give you the option to appeal. If you think that your business name is on the website already. If not, you need to obviously address that. Ultimately, the best way, and before I finish this, I've talked about how a very recent video I did that you do not want to burn your bridges with Google support and their appeal process to go along with it. If you start saying appeal, and not actually changing anything on your website, unless you think you've got a really, really good reason for that, most of the time when something doesn't make sense and you appeal it, usually that you really do have a problem itself. I'd say at least half of the time. And if you appeal and get denied, what you need to actually do is get in touch with support and ask why the hell that this got denied, because you do not know that there's a false positive, basically, so that you don't burn your bridges with support. Because once you burn your bridges with support and you've appealed too many times and or reached out to support too many times, either or, then they actually relegate you to Indian email tech support hell, versus you can call them up, you can go with their live chat, whatever. And the response time on that's going to be horrendous. The type of support you get is going to be horrendous. You don't want to go there. So just take my word for it. Use the support. What you should always do is you get a disapproval, you read through the material, you research online what you need to do, make your best efforts to change it, then file appeal then. Or just reach out to support then, use them as a last resort, basically. So the best way to fix this is to put the business name, though, on for this particular ad disapproval reason, is to put the business information, the business name that's on the business name ad asset on the website. And since your business name might be John and Sons, and that might not be directly in your logo, it might just be, let's say, Johnny's in the logo, which is what caused this in the first place. You can put the business name that's in the business name ad asset word for word in the footer of the web page, so that the crawler, once you actually resubmit your business name ad asset for an appeal or re-review, the crawler will go to the website, scan the website, see if that is actually on the website, so that your disapproval goes away. Because where people are getting caught up is people will say, oh, it's on my website. Well, the crawler has got to be able to read it. Okay, so is it in plain text format? Meaning, is it in actual HTML code as text? Or is it an image or part of an image? What you're basically doing here is making sure it's in plain text format on the web page, so that the crawler, the automated bot that re-reviews your website, because it's not going to be a human that looks at your appeal. It's going to be the bot going back to the site, checking it out, and then if it's not there, failed automatically. If it is there and then you still get disapproved, that's the time to go to support. But from what I've seen, this is basically a cure-all. Business name ad asset on the footer of the page. Submit for your appeal, and then you should be approved again. Now, like I mentioned before, you want your business name on the business name ad asset itself to be a nice, clean, authoritative logo. So if your business name is a long, corporate-y, jargony, ABC Incorporated, you don't want that on your ad as far as the business name itself. I would say ABC and then construction, not ABC Incorporated, because it doesn't describe what you do. People like to see in your business name, and this applies for any business, they want to see your business name represent what it is you do. At our firm name's Guaranteed PPC. People they know what it is. It's PPC and it's guaranteed. Granted, it doesn't tell you everything, but you at least know what the general gist of the company is reading it. ABC Incorporated doesn't tell you jack shit about anything. So it's not going to, in other words, get you the higher click-through rate that you want, and taking advantage of the business name slot there where your business name can actually go. So if you don't have this disapproval reason already, you actually probably want to change, and assuming you have a weird sounding business name that doesn't describe what you do, you can actually go ahead and update that and update it and make sure that's in the footer of your site so that it doesn't get disapproved, and then you're good. That's what I would tell you to do, just as a small side tip for this video. With that said, if you're struggling, you can also reach out to us. Our firm has upper level support, and we can actually call Google. Usually you need almost 6 figures in monthly spend to actually call Google. If you need me to do that for you, or somebody at our agency to do that, you can reach out to us at guaranteedppc.com, and we would be happy to do that. Of course, for a fee. We're not working for free here, but a minimal fee if that's what you think it takes to properly explain your situation to Google support because you're in some weird predicament. And the advice that I have here isn't your cure-all, even though I obviously claimed it was, because that basically takes care of it every time. While you contact us, we can tell you what we can do as far as other things to increase your sales on a guaranteed basis. If you're interested, we also been selling ad templates. If we've worked in your niche market before, we can literally sell you the winning ad template that we have, and landing page template, and campaign templates that work for your niche market already. And we can do this because we've already tested everything in your market in a different geographic area that you're in, and found out what works. And we can tell you the results we got with it up front. And if it's the results we've got in the past is much better than your current results, then it'd be to your advantage to use what we used in your market already. And that cuts out all the time and money it took for us to figure out what works in your market, and you get it right away. People that have bought these templates have used them to just start other businesses up from scratch. The hardest thing to do in most markets that are competitive is to get the ads to work. If you start out with the winning ads, it's pretty damn easy to make the business work. So if you're interested in that, I can also tell you about that when you contact us, or in general. If you reach out, we can talk about that opportunity. We also have coaching that I started up doing coaching with individuals from this channel that reach out to our agency, wanted to talk to me. In a 30-minute coaching session, I can basically ask you all the questions about your business, look at your site, look at your ads, and let you know where the bottleneck is on what you're doing in terms of what's stopping you from increasing your revenue and get to the next level in your business. And every single person who's been getting the coaching from us so far is coming back and getting more coaching, or saying they're going to come back and get another hour in the near future, or half hour, I should say. So I also have that available now as well. So with all that said, though, it's definitely work to get this fixed. This is the way to fix it. Once you get it fixed, if you have other ad assets that are disapproved, particularly the logo, you should also get that fixed, because it's going to be worth it to do. And the information I gave you on today's video, you should really consider subscribing, because I have tons of other tips and tricks like this that has to do with making more money on Google ads, Facebook ads, and so on and so forth. If it has to do with online ads, I cover it, as well as landing pages, tracking. And it comes from somebody who spends 40 hours a week doing ad strategy at our firm on dozens of ad accounts. Furthermore, if you like the channel, I also have a great blog on my site at guaranteedppc.com/blog. Most of the people who like the channel like the blog, and they'll like it even more because it breaks down things with screenshots and everything else. So if you like the channel, you should check that out as well. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below, and I'll see you on the next one.
Remember when I said business name AD asset was important during this video? Well, this video here tells you how to do it.